Hello, my name is Will Thomas and I'm delighted to have this opportunity to introduce to you the Perfectly Wonky Life course. Now, if you've come to this video, you're either really curious about what the Perfectly Wonky Life is, or your life's been knocked off course. And if you've had difficulties, challenges that have meant that your life has had to be put on hold, or you've had to go in different directions, then this program could really be the right thing for you. And if you want to create a new direction for yourself where you feel more fulfillment, more happiness, more joy, then I've got lots to offer you through this program. My own Perfectly Wonky Life journey began about 13 years ago, and I'd gone through a really difficult time. Had a serious head injury. I was off work with short-term memory loss, which took a really long time to return. And my partner of 17 years and I separated, and we had 3 deaths, 3 close family and friends dying in quick succession. It was hugely overwhelming. It was a really traumatic time. And at that time, I remember financially things were really difficult. And I went to the supermarket and I went to buy some veg to make some soup. And as I was always out on the lookout for a bargain, there in this box in the supermarket were these 4 or 5 carrots that were left. And they were the carrots nobody wanted. They were rejected. They were very, very unusual. And as I put them into the bag, ready to take them over to the tills and do my bit of bargaining and bartering, I noticed that one of these carrots was particularly unusual. It had 2 pointy legs at the bottom of the carrot, made from its roots, and then in between those 2 pointy legs was another tiny bit of root that looked exactly like a Winky. And out of the end of this little Winky was a strand, a root hair that looked like it was having a wee. And I got the giggles and I just couldn't stop laughing. And as I took it over to the till, laughing still about this experience of finding this carrot, I realised I hadn't laughed like that for a really long time. I took it home and I made the most delicious soup I think I've ever made from these vegetables, other vegetables as well. And as I was eating this soup, I realised that this was a beautiful way of looking at life. Just because these carrots had been rejected didn't mean that they had no value, and that they just made me a delicious soup. And that idea of the wonky vegetables spawned this idea of the wonky life, the way my life had gone, and the Perfectly Wonky Life program that today is now developed and up and running. So if you like the idea of shifting your perspective, because perspective is everything. You can't change your past, but you can change your relationship with it, and you can heal from it with the right tools and the right support. So if you love the idea of feeling more joy, more passion, more happiness, more fulfillment, and healing those wounds from the difficult times that you experience, then this program really could be something for you to access. So really quickly, what we look at on the program is the difference between a linear life and a cyclical life. The linear life, which is the one we've all been sold from childhood, which frankly never works out, or doesn't work out for very many people. And so there are different ways of looking at your life which stop you making those uncomfortable comparisons between yourself and other people. We look at some cutting edge tools for defining what your strengths are, what your superpowers are. And many of those superpowers are hidden from us. We also look at some fantastic ways to change thoughts, feelings, and beliefs which aren't working for us. So if you have difficulty with some memories and feelings that hold you back, then there's some really great tools, including something called emotional freedom techniques, which is otherwise known as tapping, which is a really quick and easy thing to learn, and you can use it with yourself really quickly and effectively. We also look at the stories that we tell ourselves and how we can change that narrative. Because if the stories we tell ourselves actually either lock us into a particular way of thinking and feeling, or release us and liberate us from that. So if you love the idea of what I've shared on the course today, I'd be absolutely delighted to work with you. Click the link, sign up for the course, and let's make these changes happen.